Hello, everyone, and welcome to Too Drunk to Be Sober, the podcast where one of us is drunk.
And the other one is sober.
Yeah, well done. And we're both faggots.
Absolutely.
Do you know that's French for faggots?
Is it?
No, but I had you believing it was. Nah.
You well did.
I'm sorry if that offended anyone, but we're both gay, so we can say it. It's fine. And yeah, basically the premise of our podcast is where we dive into controversial topics. And this week we have a very, very special guest. But before I get into that, we just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's tuned in to our podcast.
Absolutely.
We need to stop with the English accents, Karen. It's already too bad. But yeah, we just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been listening to our podcast. We really appreciate all the feedback and everything we got. We also apologize that the first podcast obviously wasn't
It was rough.
It was a little rough. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little rough.
I just had a big fear that nobody was going to listen to it because it was a bit shit.
Yeah, but a good few people listened to it.
I'm very happy, very appreciative.
Yeah, and obviously we're still learning, still growing, we're still turning into beautiful butterflies. So it's a big thing. But yeah, we just really appreciate the love and support and everything. And we have Gareth. What are you on drinking today?
I am drinking Absolute Pear vodka with 7-Up.
Vodka. Ew, that sounds delicious. Actually,
it is actually drinking quite nicely.
Yeah. And who was this suggested by?
Jessica Delaney, innit?
We went to high school. Why do I keep fucking saying high school? Oh my god.
It's third time already.
Yeah. By the way, we've recorded this 17 times because the world just hates us. We've been trying to figure out the audio to get it as best quality as we can. So we were trying doing separate mics and we looked like fucking news reporters holding our mics. But it just kept echoing and it was just so annoying.
Listen, by episode 6 we'll be fine.
Episode 6? You fucking dead by then? Jesus Christ. Oh my god, man. But yeah, like I was saying, we have a very special guest today, Sinead, or Shinead, as Farrah Abraham said to her in a cameo. Mother of 4. We love her. Sinead is a good friend of mine.
I've never met her before.
You've never met Sinead?
I don't think so.
No. Oh, she's lovely. You're going to have a great time chatting to her.
I can't wait.
I'm sure she has loads of stories to tell us. But yeah, Sinead is a mother of 4. Now I have fucking Farrah Abraham in it. That's all I have. But yeah, she's a mother of 4. She's a bodybuilder. And she does OnlyFans. And obviously, you don't really get a lot of people who are in that age group doing OnlyFans. And if it is, it's always kind of seen as I feel kind of taboo being that age. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of looked down upon, I think.
Yeah, which is weird because it's obviously, because Sinead, I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, she's 40 years of age, and she's already established, she has kids, she has a house, she's doing her job, whatever, and it's people are looking down on her for this. It's why? She's not 4?
Yeah.
Not that I think 4-year-olds should be doing OnlyFans. They definitely shouldn't
be. Think before you speak.
I didn't mean it everyone knows I didn't mean like that. I'm not James Charles.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we got it.
Yeah.
We got it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, we're just going to have a chat with her. We're going to give her a little interview. I'm kind of nervous. I've never interviewed anyone before.
I know. I feel like Jimmy Fallon.
Could you imagine we were like Jimmy Fallon? Imagine we got on the Today Show. Is
we
that
will
what he
never
does?
Reach that. No, I don't know what he does. No, he's...
Tonight Show?
Well,
we're Jimmy Fallon in
our
own world. Yeah. We're the Irish Jimmy Fallons. Fallons? No,
Jimmy Fallons.
That would be Ryan Tuberty, is it?
Jimmy Fallons and Ryan Tuberty. Ryan Tuberty.
Oh, right. What did I say?
You said Ryan Tuberty.
I meant Tuberty. Oh, for anyone who's not Irish, he's our Irish Jimmy Fallon. To say Fallon again. Cut the cameras, isn't it? This podcast over. Oh my god, I can't speak. But yeah, we're just gonna have an interview with her. We're gonna sit down. Well, we're not gonna sit down. She's in her house, we're in ours, and we're gonna have a chat with her. And we're super excited to get into it. We're gonna dive into the sex industry, age gaps industry, and all that good jazz, aren't we, Gareth?
Yeah, I'm very excited to get into it.
And also, apologies if you hear some audio troubles. We're obviously doing this via the internet, so we're not sure how this is gonna plan out. But hopefully, it's listenable, and hopefully, you don't hate us.
I'm praying. Just listen to it.
Please. This is our 6th attempt or whatever attempt. I'm tired. We're both tired.
Cut us some slack, please.
We're trying to fucking hard. Garrett's already fucking 2 drinks in. We're stressed a bit. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We got this. We're going to go to Sinead now via online, the internet.
Yeah. So we'll see you in a second.
Yeah. Loo. I don't know what that was. Cut to Sinead. And welcome back, everyone. We are online with Sinead. Say hello.
Hi guys, how are you?
Oh, we're pretty good. How are you, Sinead?
I'm good. I'm excited to talk to you.
Yeah. Oh, we're very excited to talk
Very
to you.
excited.
We have nothing. Me personally, I have nothing good to say about you. Gary's gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this?" But
No, Jamie has told me stories. I'm very excited.
You're
Very
intrigued
excited
to know more.
Very intrigued.
yeah, because Gareth's a bit of a whore, to be honest. With you, so it was like right up his alley.
I used to be, but not since the OnlyFans. I've kind of actually totally died down, believe it or not. But I used to be, but it's kind of put a stop to my sex drive, that OnlyFans, for some reason, you know.
Really?
Well, it's all,
I suppose it's because it's like your job.
it's all you do. I mean, yeah, it's like it's just a constant thing. So it's like I don't even know how to switch off anymore for something to not be work, if you get me. It's weird, you know?
Yeah, so would you like to give a little introduction about yourself, Sinead, to the audience?
Well, my name's Sinead. I'm 40. I have 4 kids, and yeah, I am, well, as far as I know, the oldest woman in Ireland doing OnlyFans,
We love that.
which is, yeah, it's weird, huh? Well, no one else has come forward to say they're older than me. We've been asking and I haven't seen. And I'm like, if there is somebody, they can let me know and I'll do a collab with them or something. But I mean, as far as I can tell, a lot of the girls are, well, all the girls that I've collabed with and the girls that I'm friends with, they're all pretty young. Then I think there's 1 or 2 that are possibly early 30s, mid 30s.
That's so young.
Very well, to me it is. I mean, they feel like they're ancient, but then a lot of the MILFs that are going on OnlyFans, like there is obviously a lot of MILFs, but they could be like early 20s with kids or something, which to me,
okay,
you know, I'm like, nah, you need to be proper old to be a MILF, like over 35. Do you know what I mean? Like over 35 or something, you know, is like, is MILF territory, I think, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so we're just gonna quick. What am I saying? We're gonna kick off the questions really quick. So we have like a few generic questions we're gonna ask, and then we'll get into like the juicy stuff. So I feel like I've been talking enough. So Gareth, do you want to ask the first question?
Yeah. So what do you think inspired you to make an OnlyFans?
Oh God. Well, my best friend Ross, and me, you know, before this whole COVID thing and everything, I thought, we'd well, actually, no, I wouldn't really even be going out. I don't know what. No. Okay. So my friend Ross would just be here at the weekends. We spent a lot of time together, and he used to think it was fun I'd like ignore all my messenger messages, you know, because I'm old. So a lot of, a lot of, like, I know you don't really use Facebook anymore, right? But people my age are all about the Facebook. I'm not, I just advertise on it, right? So, but in general, like I'd be getting like just tons of messages on Messenger every day and on Instagram or just anything like that. So I'd never answer them, right? I wouldn't even look at them. But Ross would think it's really, really, really funny to go on and read them and answer them and start conversing with people. He went on I don't do Tinder anymore. I'm actually barred off all the dating sites. But before I was barred, and I used to just actually date on them and not advertise on them. He used to go through my Tinder and match me up with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like, he just thought it was funny, right? So I'd be getting all these replies and everything, and he just think it's real. And he's like, "Oh God, you're so old, man. It's sick. How are these guys into you?" You know, because like he's only like 26, you know. So to him, I'm like ancient and old, and he just thinks like any guys that are into me that are young have some type of fetish. But he could see, like, we'd be laughing at the amount of attention I got all the time, you know? So he's like, why don't you just do something? Like, is there not something you would do to kind of make money out of this? Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, could I do No, I couldn't do escorting. Obviously, I didn't mean escorting. I mean, like, I was thinking, could I go and work in a club or a strip club? And I'm like, no, I'm a really crap dancer. COVID had started. You know, just like I didn't know, but I was like, I really want to do something with this. What can I do? And then obviously OnlyFans was like kicking off. It had been around for years. I'd seen girls over the years doing it for years, but I didn't know that much about it. And then obviously Nevo was doing it and became bigger and everybody knew about it. And I was like, fuck all, I just do that, you know? And kind of we got drunk one night and thought it'd be really, really fun to set up an account for me. And we did. And I basically messaged guys that I had previously blocked off my social medias and everything like that for like annoying me or just being weird, or guys that I knew that were into me. I kind of just messaged all of them my link. And so straight away I kind of had a good I just unblocked them and sent them. So went through, I'm not messing dudes, like the first night, like I literally went through all my inbox of my like Facebook through my messenger, all those messages I ignored, all those guys, link was sent to them all, just link sent. So I didn't actually advertise for the first, say, 3 or 4 weeks I did it. I kind of kept it on the down low, was sending the odd link to people, and then after that I just didn't care and I started advertising. I did a different podcast, and then once I did that podcast, it's called Daters Gonna Date.
I remember I actually listened to that podcast. That was a great podcast.
Is that the one you played in the car?
Yeah, we listened to it.
We listened to that
going on it.
Yeah,
You listened to it, yeah. I talked a lot.
Oh, we
loved it.
It was like the longest one they had with me keep talking, so I have to be aware not to do that for this.
No, we loved it, honestly.
No,
So
I think
good.
like the more you talk, the better. It's like, because you just come out with like the craziest stories. I'm like, what? Like, it's incredible.
I know, but they're all true. They're all true, man. It's like never, not one day is the same. It's so interesting,
I know.
you know?
I've seen the messages. I know.
I've sent them to you. No, Gareth, I've sent Jamie the funny, like when I get a funny, disgusting message, I know that it'll be too late for Jamie. He'll have seen it before he knows what it is. So I've sent it to him.
I think we need to make a group chat. This is great.
So he's already opened it before he knows what it is, and I'm like, yeah, that's my job.
I love that. I think it's absolutely hilarious when you just get sent the most weirdest things ever on OnlyFans. Like, you really get sent some crazy things, don't you, Sinead?
Well, I'm a dominatrix and I do fetishes, so that's my market. I love all the weirdos. We love them.
A lot of
on my
people
page.
asking for weird fetishes and stuff.
I basically majority only get weird fetishes. I mean, some, you know, my friends, right? You know, I've made very, very good friends with OnlyFans because literally you get so up close and personal to the girls so quickly that you form friendships very quickly with them, you know? And I keep forgetting what I'm even talking about. What was I even saying?
You were saying that, like,
what was my point?
The fetishes.
Oh yeah. So my friends are all getting like lovely messages off guys and they all call them daddy, you know, oh daddy, what do you want to see me do? And I'd love to be able to be cute and to be calling guys daddy.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'd be calling them my granddaddy. Like I'm so old myself. They're all calling me mom. Like they're all like, I have to, oh, do you want to see mommy do this? Do you want to see mommy do that? So already I've got this
kind of niche
fetish thing about me without even, because I'm older, because I am a mom, because of the bodybuilding and the dominatrix thing. It's all like, so I'm kind of like wrapped up in a kind of a little parcel. So I will kind of get that crowd joining my OnlyFans, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
You know, they tend to like them more unusual, you know, like but you know, I like it. Like, I mean, because I mean, they feel they can come to my page, right, and be themselves. So I don't mind.
Yeah, I think
you know,
have, like, that
whatever floats your boat. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. I mean, it is interesting. I've definitely had to Google a couple of things on Pornhub that I've been asked because I haven't got a clue what they are. I literally joined up OnlyFans not knowing anyone that had done it, not knowing anything about it. I did not know the market was going to be girls in their 20s. I don't know if I thought they were all going to be L1s like me, but I certainly didn't think the market was going to be like my daughter's age. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I didn't think it was going to be so competitive. It's good that I did not think about it was going to be this much work because it might have scared me, but because I just like threw myself into it and I had to learn as I went along. Now I feel like I have a really good community around me and I kind of know my fans and I know what my fans are looking for and I'm much better with it now than I was at the beginning. At the beginning, I remember getting pictures of guys' dicks and cock cages. I didn't even know what a cock cage was. I did not know what it was. I was like,
what's a cock cage?
It's like, so they'd send me a picture and it would be like, their dick would be like in this little contraption and I'd be like, what the hell is that? So I'd have to like message somebody who would know what that is or look up Pornhub and like Google it. And then it's like basically a cage you put on your penis so that you cannot get aroused. Or you know, it's sore if you do. You can get them with all different, but basically so like they'd have this cock cage on them and they wouldn't take it off until I would tell them it's okay to take it off, or until they paid me to tell them when to take it off, or you know, weird stuff like this. But at the beginning, I was like horrified because I was like, oh my God, I thought I was just going to get people asking for nudes or, I don't know, for a masturbation video. What the hell is cock cages?
Yeah.
And he was saying I could brand him with a hot iron. Did I want to abuse him? Did I want him to carve my name on his stomach with a knife? And I'm like,
Stop.
oh
Jesus.
my God, is this dude crazy? He was sending me pictures of, are you ready for this now without getting sick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
please,
I don't
please.
even know what it's called. It's some type of prong that goes down the tip of your penis right into the
Oh my
hole.
God.
And I got pictures of this. And then he had pictures of both his balls tied up with string and then just tied up separately with string. And which one did I prefer? I was like, man, I was going out of my mind.
What?
I was like, what the hell is going on here? Is there
Oh my
is there
God.
these people in the world, you know?
Well, clearly there is. They're coming to you, Sinead.
Fucking hell.
Well, they are now, but like now it's like an everyday normal thing. Like,
Yeah, you're probably so numb.
like you know, I literally I was away from my phone for 2 hours today, and I came back and I opened it up, and I had another submissive guy signed to my page who wanted to become one of my slaves. So then he has a little thing he has to follow. You know, I've got various rules, and they don't just get to be a slave. You know, there's like certain tasks and tests and
Really? I
you
love
know
that you
things
set,
like
like, a
that
little
to
test.
become one.
Yeah.
Yeah, all, you know, to actually be worthy to be a slave. Now, I have had guys that have started off, like some guys have been subbed to me, say, since I started like 5 months ago or so, right? They've been subbed all the way through, but one or two of them actually started off as slaves, submissives, but then they said I was being so mean to them. Could they just go back to being normal guys? Like, so I had to find a happy medium, you know, because I was like, you fucking asshole piece of shit, you know. Where's my money today, you bastards? You know, he's like, hey, I'm having a bad day. I don't want you to speak to me like this. I'm like, sorry, but you know, do you want to be a slave or do you not want to be a slave? So he's like, I don't want to be a slave. So then it went back to, oh, okay, baby, how was your day? You know? I mean, I can be nice if they want me to be, you know what I mean? I can basically be what people are looking for, but majority of people who join my page are into the whole mummy thing and the, you know, just various different kinks and stuff they have.
And would you find, like, because you are like a mother figure, like you play the mother figure role, would you find like a lot of people kind of like use that to confide in you or something, like something weird?
Oh yeah. I think I was telling you this before, Jamie, Garrett, some guy was telling me, I was saying to Jamie, basically, Garrett, that I feel like a lot of guys on my page, like, okay, so all the girls say this doesn't happen to them, so clearly it is my type of fans that I get. I mean, I don't know, not everyone, most of them, okay, like I don't want people to think we cannot join her page because she only has like literally people with cock cages and all on it. They're not all like that. I'm going by, you know, the fans that have come and gone over the last few months, and in my opinion, I think that, well, all my fans, I would say nearly majority of them all, are like definitely bi-curious, if not more teetering on the gay side, but not admitting it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they would request off me boy-girl videos more so than girl-girl videos or solo videos, right? But after you'd send them the boy-girl video, they would be commenting basically on the guy the whole time, not me. I love the size of his, whatever. Oh my God, did it taste good? Did it feel good? I wish I had it. I mean, I wish I was there. I wish he was doing this to me or whatever. And I'm like, well, I needn't have bothered been there for the whole thing. You know?
Like that.
I find it bizarre. A lot of them though, but it's so many. It doesn't just happen like once or twice. It's like literally, I'm finding it's like a regular thing. A lot of the guys, the more you talk to them, they talk about how they would like to be pegged, how they'd like to try things, how they, you know, and they're different guys. Yeah, it's mad. And I just did not realize it before I did this, but like now I'm like, why don't they not just, it must kind of be I don't know. Like some guys do go into it a lot with me, right? They'd have fantasies about other guys and things like that. And I just kind of think it's quite sad that they can't just be themselves,
Yeah.
you know? But, you know, they did that. I suppose it's like you guys you'd find on Grinder, right? We all know Grinder. You go onto Grinder, there's like married guys on there, straight guys on there,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you
Gareth
know,
loves
just looking for
Grindr.
fun. Yeah, well, right. Listen, Gareth, I hear you, right? I mean, OnlyFans is like basically the same, but I get paid to do it, right? You know, Grinder,
Let's
you
get
don't
an
do it for
OnlyFans
free.
then.
Okay. Okay, I'm telling you now. I mean, sometimes it makes me laugh though, right, guys? Because I'm getting judged for what I do, and I've seen Grinder, and I'm like, what
It's the
the
same.
hell?
It's pretty much
Oh,
the
it's
same
It's
thing.
disgusting.
No, I mean Grinder is actually grim as fuck. Like, I
It's
mean, sometimes, I
disgusting.
mean, some of the stuffs I've seen, you know, like it's just crazy. And I'm like, okay, I'm openly saying that I'm doing this, that it's a job, and that I'm getting paid for it.
Yeah.
These dudes are just hooking up left, right, like anywhere, you know, just for, you know, like, and they're literally there, like offering to give blowjobs to people. Like, who wants to meet me in a fucking, you know, Tesco car park for a blowjob
Gareth
in
is
10 minutes?
Gareth is
Anyone.
pointing to himself right
She-
now.
Gareth, it was probably your profiles I was creeping on Grindr, was it? But you know what I mean? This is the mad stuff, and I'm like, what? I'm getting paid for this, and I'm not doing meets, like, but I'm getting paid to just talk about this with people,
Yeah.
and I'm getting judged. I just find it really crazy.
Yeah,
you know, it's just
That's
mad.
so fucking weird.
It's so crazy that you're like being judged, because I was only like saying this to Gareth. It's like people will judge you for doing sex work, but like it's like people, they're not angels. Obviously, everyone has fucking sex. Like it's like
It's just people are putting
Everybody
it online.
has sex.
That's the only difference.
Look, everybody has sex. Everybody masturbates, right? Everybody has watched porn on their own or out of curiosity or with their boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Everyone has. Like, there's not one person that can actually really hold up their hand and say, I haven't watched porn. It's completely normal. It's a job. You know, I can still cook my kids dinner and be normal and go to the gym and be a normal mom and do a couple of custom videos that night and sex somebody for a few hours, you know,
Yeah,
while I'm
exactly.
sitting watching TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not it's not a big deal. And, you know, you're getting paid for it and you have to work very hard, and it's a really hard job. Very emotionally draining.
Oh, I'd say so.
You know, I think you have to be like, I would say that it's an amazing job, right? I love it. I have extremely bad days. I mean, Gareth Jamie has heard me and he's seen me with my daughter Jade cry. If I get a fat comment, I'm like, I'll die. I mean, you can call me like ugly, old, slag, slut, right? But the first thing I think when I see people is, God, I haven't seen them in ages. I hope they don't think they're fat. I'm fat. But I mean, believe me, there's way worse they could be thinking about me. But that is the thing that I have in my head because I've gotten so many fat comments off people when I've done this. So, like, it's always the really bad things in it that stick out in your head. Like anything, if you're conscious about anything, I was obviously conscious because I did bodybuilding for years, was a tiny weight for the last 5 years. Now I've put on weight, right?
Mhm.
So what really affects me is I get very conscious about weight comments. I don't give a crap about other comments they make about me, but some girls could be conscious about having small boobs. So that small boob comment they get will kill them out of their millions of nice comments. Do you know what I mean? You have to kind of get tough skinned because
Yeah, especially
not
in that industry.
everything. Yeah, not even the guys that sub to your pages. Some of them are assholes as well. You know what I mean? Guys are just assholes, or some guys are like, why did I sub to your. Remember, one guy said to me, why did I sub to your page? He's like, your face is withered as fuck or something like that. And I
Well,
just
that's
thought, well, at
uncalled
least he
for.
didn't call me. I was like, at least he didn't call me fat. I was
Oh,
like, that's
stop.
fine. I was like, that's fine. You know, but things like that didn't bother me. I mean, you know, it happens very. Actually, I think that was the only person that has ever said I was too old to join my page. I think that's the. Other than that, no one has ever. No guys have ever said, "Oh my God, like you're so old. I'm not joining your page." The MILF thing seems to be obviously extremely popular with guys in their like early 20s. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's so true. I feel like they have like mother issues, and like they turn to you and like, oh,
I
she's
think,
essentially.
I think, well, look, I just think that, all right, for years in the porn and all, right, what's the kinky dream everyone has? Oh, being with their stepmom, or as their stepmom being with their son or their daughter or something, right? It's been like these kinky told fantasies for years, you know?
Mhm.
So obviously, if you have I'm old and I'm on OnlyFans, right? And a young guy who's into MILFs, they join my page. What are they obviously going to want to be calling me mummy and everything like that, right? You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, it's very peculiar. You mentioned like
I'm so used to it now.
you mentioned that like you obviously like you can do this job and you can look after your kids. You find that like there is like a lot of like judgment from other parents, if any other parents know that you do it. You get like a lot of comments from parents being like, "This isn't appropriate" or anything like that.
Well, everyone knows I do it because literally it's the first thing I bring up in conversation with people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, how are you? I'm fine. I do OnlyFans. Join it. You know, like, I'm like, I just tell everyone. So it's not a secret that I do it. And then obviously I put it everywhere that I do it. Like, because the whole point about OnlyFans is if you're advertising your own business, right? So you have to be out with it or you're not going to get any subs. So yes, I get criticized all the time, probably way more than any of the girl. I think it's way more acceptable if my daughter Jade, if she was doing it, I literally think it would be far more acceptable for her to do it. But the fact that I'm a mom, and I think that other women my age or older than me and stuff, they're looking at me thinking, the cheek of her doing that. Her with who does she think she is, charging men to see her naked? The state of her, or the cheek. And I'm thinking, yeah, yous would love it. Give it a rest.
Oh,
You'd love
100%.
somebody to buy your nudes. You know, you'd love to have the nerve. You'd love to have the confidence. You're afraid your bloody husband or boyfriend has signed up to me. Not my problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know, they're like annoyed with you for doing it. And I'm sure there's some women that think fair play to her, but I don't hear much of it. Do you know what I mean? I'd love somebody to actually come up to me in the street that talks about me and says, you know, oh, wow, God, you know, I think fair fucks shit, you know, you don't care what anyone thinks, fair fucks, I thought that's great. Instead of people thinking, not saying anything to me, just looking at me when I walk around the village, you know, they just look at you. I just know, I'd be thinking, are they, like, I just get looked at differently now, and just people I don't even know, or I'm not even aware exist, are talking about me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's quite strange.
And that like
you know,
gets you a lot, or
yes, it did. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've had a good week this week, so like I can you know lie and say, oh my God, I don't give a shit what people think about me. But no, I would be. I outwardly don't seem like it, but I would be, you know, quite a, I don't know, self-conscious maybe, or, you know, I mean, I like people to like me. I'd like people to like me. So when somebody says something mean to me or judges me on that, like, yeah, it hurts my feelings, you know, because I think I'm a pretty nice person.
you are
And I
absolutely
don't think that the fact that I've done porn is anything to, I don't know. I just don't see why it changes you. And another thing, even if I have friends, or well, used to be friends who, I don't know, people who still call themselves friends to me, or family and things like that, but you can't talk about what you do to them. That to me is the same thing as disagreeing with what I do. Do you know what I mean? It's like, say if they're like, okay, we know what you do, but we don't want to discuss it with you or hear about it. Like, that's like, this is like one of the, this is like a big, huge part of my life. It's all I do all day. I'm either doing collabs at weekends or photo shoots, or like, this is basically this and the kids and what, it's my life now. So if they don't want to talk to me about that, what the hell do I talk about? COVID's on, I'm not going out, you know. So I don't know, that pisses me off as well. People saying that they accept it, but I'm not allowed to discuss it with them or anything like that. That to me is just politely putting up with me. You know what I mean?
That's just like me going to Jamie being like, I know you tattoo, but like, I don't want to talk about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like or Gareth, this is the worst. When people do this, Gareth, so many people do this to me, right? They're like, so they'll give me a litany, right? They'll ask you about it. Or if people even ask me properly about it, I tell them, but people just kind of, like, some people have said to me, can your kids be taken off you for that? Is it legal?
Oh my God.
I'm like, do you think I'd be putting it all over my fucking Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and all if it was illegal? Like, are you dumb? Porn's not illegal. Do you know what I mean? You can have kids and do porn. People who have sex have kids, believe it or not.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
how do you think we got here?
you know, so yeah, so just not talking to me about it or not wanting to hear about it, to me, is the same thing as,
That's just
you know,
disrespectful, I think.
yeah, and they're just like, I don't agree with what you do, but, you know, I'll still stand by you or whatever. I don't agree with it. I mean, I'd never do it because I think it's disgusting, and and they'll give you a big list of why they wouldn't do it,
Oh,
because
that'd be
it's
great.
disgusting.
That's so
You've
bad.
no respect for yourself. But it's fine that you do it. And I'm thinking, well, go
Oh,
fuck yourself.
that's such a
Do you
bad
know?
habit.
Honestly,
People
yeah.
make me feel. I've avoided seeing people that I haven't seen in a long time because I'm feeling good at the moment, as in my mental health with the whole
Great, yeah.
OnlyFans is pretty good at the moment, right? But I'll just have to see somebody I haven't seen in a while. I don't know, maybe childhood friends, things like that. And even I'll be paranoid that they're treating me different, or that they're not like, even if they don't ask me about it, to me, I'd be thinking, well, that's like the big elephant in the room. Cause it's not like just an ordinary job, guys. It's not like,
Yeah.
okay, Jamie, you bump into somebody, or Gary, but you haven't done it. You haven't seen it. How's the job going? Grant. Okay. This is kind of a different type of job. It's porn. Everyone knows I do it. It's talked about, and they don't mention it to me. So you're just sitting with it. It's awkward. Do you get me? I feel like shit. And then if they do mention it and they talk bad about it, or, well, I just hope you're okay, or I hope you're being careful, or, I just hope that you're not making a mistake. All these, like, I hope you're, like I'm mental or something, and they have to look after me. I'm just like gone off the wall for a while, and I'm doing a bit of porn, and I'll be fine soon, and it's like, that makes me coming away feeling cheap and dirty.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't feel cheap and dirty, and I don't want to. So that's why I'm basically just kind of associating with people now that are embracing what I'm doing.
Yeah, and it's so ridiculous.
If that makes sense.
They give you all that, but they're like, I hope you know what you're doing. It's like, you're 40 years of age. It's like, you know what you're doing.
Oh, dude, I'm like, I know. And I'm like, don't get me wrong. I do think the younger girls going into it, yes, you do have to be more careful than I am, because, as in relationships, your future affecting getting other jobs in other places. I don't care. I'm never going to work in an office anyway. It's not going to affect my future. I'm old enough and ugly enough to look after myself and be in my 40s, and I'm 40, and not care what other people really think. But if you're younger and you're having all that backlash, and you're not having family support, and it's I think it's just, you have to be more careful. If you decide to leave this job after 3 months, your nudes are out there, like, oh, my stuff has been leaked. My stuff's been leaked everywhere, and it really upset me at the beginning. And now I don't give a shit. Like, I honestly couldn't give a crap. But, like, all my stuff has been leaked, and your stuff is going to get leaked. You can just guarantee, if you do OnlyFans, it's unfortunate, but your stuff is going to be leaked everywhere, and this has to be expected.
For sure. And, like, would you be, like, kind of like an advocate for your, like, young people to, like, kind of get into it or not to get into it? Do you think, like, what's your opinion on younger people getting into it?
I can understand why it's become so popular, right? I can understand that there is so a lot of young girls, like a lot of girls that I'm friends with that have been doing it, have actually been doing it before COVID, as in they were doing stuff like full service before COVID, or they were working in clubs. These are only young girls as well, like very early 20s, but they were in the sex industry in some way.
Okay.
And then the COVID happened, so then they had to obviously leave the clubs, not do the meets, and then do the OnlyFans, which is fine, right? That's perfect. But then there's a lot of girls that started doing OnlyFans because they've lost their job, or they're only working part-time, or they're working part-time from home, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are the girls that have to be more careful, because they're only doing it to make a bit of side money. It's not something they want to do forever. They're dipping in and out of it. And the repercussions that they're going to get from that, maybe if their family find out, or people have got all different circumstances, right? But a lot of people think they can just do this as a side job, earn a few £100, every few weeks, whatever, not tell anyone about it, not show their face. It's going to be fine. I don't think there are good reasons to do it.
Yeah.
I think that once you get into this industry, you get sucked into it, because the money, if you put the work in, can be very good. And I think, I don't know if you're mentally strong enough when you're younger to do it, but I can say that the girls I do it with and I've met, because they've been doing it before the whole pandemic, they're pretty much hard workers and they know a lot about the sex industry. But for younger girls just starting it up, I don't know. Just you have to be smart with it. You
Yeah.
have to be smart and think about everything you're gonna lose. I don't care because I'm too old now. I don't give a shit about people not talking to me anymore or family or you know what I mean? I don't. I've lost a lot. Like I have lost a lot doing this. And I don't know if you're young, whether it is worth all that loss to you unless you're going to keep it up as a career and make money out of it.
Yeah, and I think
Do
as
you
well,
know?
people
'Cause
don't realize how hard of work you actually put into it as well. Because like you're
no,
constantly hard work.
and I'm not disagreeing with all the influencers that do it, right? I mean, I am, believe me when I say I'm not disagreeing that they all work hard. They all work extremely hard, all right? But one thing I think that girls think with OnlyFans is I'm just going to start an OnlyFans and I'm going to make a fortune out of it. That is not the way it goes. You can look up YouTube videos like anytime. I'm sure yous have done some research on it before talking to me, right? And it's just girls talking about how much money they're making every night, every week, every day. No, they started off with big social media platforms already. My social media got fucking deleted. I was like doing so well on OnlyFans, right? Like making really good money. My OnlyFans got deleted. That was my main source of fans gone.
Yeah.
You know, it was because I was getting all my fans off it, you know what I mean? I used to just have people joining up from my Instagram all the time. So I had to start all over again, get more pictures up. And that's like, you know, it's just, it's hard. You don't just, now some girls, don't get me wrong, start it and like 3 days later, yeah, they're in the top 2% or something like that. You know, it does happen, but it doesn't happen very often. And it certainly doesn't happen to me because like I said, I'm 40, I'm competing with really, really, really young, perfect, gorgeous girls. You know what I mean? But the positive thing about OnlyFans is you never doubt yourself that you're not getting fans because you're ugly or you're fat or you're old or your bum's big or your boobs are small, because there's a market for every single type of look. Everything. If you don't do well on OnlyFans, it's really nothing to do with your looks. It's about how you're marketing yourself and how hard you're working and if you're working correctly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know?
Yeah, and like when you're like kind of going into marketing, because like we both kind of like I noticed like obviously you do like a lot of girl on girl action. Like just for the record, are you like bisexual or lesbian or? I got that question a lot actually. Asked for you as well.
I'm gay for pay.
Gay for pay.
You know, it's not. Yes, if I'm never going to be in a relationship again anyway.
Oh, we love that.
Because I fucking hate men, right?
I'm
just gonna. I'm done with guys, right? I could not bear being in a relationship with a woman because they're so fucking emotional and everything like that. I couldn't take it. I could see all those chats girls want to have and all. No, thank you. No energy. I have. No. I couldn't imagine myself being in a relationship with a woman because I'm just not attracted. Like I'm, you know, I'm into guys, right? I love guys, right? Girls are also very gorgeous and attractive, right? But I just too much effort to be in a relationship with. It's just not, you know, I'm just not into it. I still enjoy being with girls in the club. Sure, I'm friends with them all. I mean, literally, I love them all. They're all gorgeous. They're all attractive. But I'm not bisexual. I'm not a lesbian. But of course, I still enjoy doing my collabs. Do you know what I mean? And I really love all the girls. And it's actually so much fun. I had to isolate for 2 weeks when one of my kids had COVID. And I missed the girls. I missed the photo shoots. I missed everything about it. I just missed it so much, you know?
Yeah, because it kind of sounds like quite glamorous when you're like getting photo shoots done and people are telling you how gorgeous you are and stuff. I'm sure you're loving it.
Yeah, I'm really lucky because I started working with a photographer who does boudoir pictures who contacted me through Facebook. And because I check all my messenger messages now, in case they need to get a link sent, I happen to open his message and check it. And he lived really near me. And I mean, you do get lots of offers from photographers wanting to work with you and all this. Like, this happens all the time. But obviously, you can't go with them all. You can't believe them all. And some of them are like guys with a fucking tripod somewhere. You know what I mean? But this guy was kosher. He was really good. And I actually have been working with him most weekends. So I work with him and then he does shoots with me and the other girls. So I'm really lucky like that. I've landed on my feet there. I get photo shoots done pretty much every weekend with him. So
Yeah, your
That's really
photos are
good.
gorgeous as well. You always look really good in
Yeah,
photos.
I'm really lucky. Like that doesn't happen all the time. It's not always photo shoots and all that. I mean, the girls always do photo shoots together, obviously, but the whole professional photo shoots, that was just, I mean, you do get a few, obviously, but the fact that I get so many is just, I suppose, down to luck and finding the right person and working with them and liking them, and so it's good, you know?
Yeah.
It is glamorous for me, but not glamour. I mean, I'm sitting here in my pajamas now talking to you, you know. I'm not glamorous now.
I'm sure let's see, no one will see it. It's just listening. So
Yeah, that's it exactly.
yeah. And you were saying, like, when you go through your DMs, would you get like a lot of strange requests or anything? Like, do you have any stories you'd like to air
I'm
out?
very excited for this.
Oh gosh, loads. Oh my gosh. Okay, so some of the fetishes I've been asked to do. All right, so what was it called? Is it called okay, so the fart fetish is a huge thing for guys, right?
What?
So they love. I haven't made one yet because I can't actually fart on demand. But if I could, I'd be well in there doing it. So I'm not judging, right? I mean, if I could, I'd be doing it, right? They love and I was like, okay, what do they want you to do? Do you just like do you be playing with yourself and then fart? I mean, do you open your bum up and fart? I don't know what you do, right? I'm like, what the hell is a fart fetish, right? Then I was like, is it a queef or a fart? Like, I didn't know what it was, right? So I had to look at Pornhub, you know, and like, I know you're going to be, the two of yous are still going to, yous are going to be straight onto Pornhub after this watching these videos.
I've seen some of these videos now.
Where they're like, oh, daddy, my belly's all crampy. Oh, and then they do, a little fart, and they're like, oh, did that slip out? Oh, did you like that, daddy? Did you like my smelly fart? This is the way it goes on. I was like, man, give me that money now, and I'll fart for demand on you. But I can't do it. I'm like, maybe I have to drink loads of fizzy drink or something. I don't know. Then there's panty stuffing.
What is that?
Which is, I had to Google that as well, but that's kind of, I should have known what that was. I'm surprised you don't know what this is, but then again, why would you? You're gay.
Something you're into fart now myself.
No, not the fart now, but this, so the panting stuffing is when you basically have your pants and you shove them up your various orifices in your body, and then you shove them in your mouth, and then you can send the panties at an extra cost to the guy.
Okay, so you're making like a little side hustle there as well on top.
Yeah, but they're too cheap to add the money that they're offering to me to do this. I'm like, yeah, go fuck yourselves, because they're like, what underwear are you gonna wear? I'm thinking a fucking pennies pair I've had lying in my drawer for about 3 fucking years. Like, what do you think I'm gonna be sending you, silk ones or something? Yeah. Like, nah, you're getting the period knickers I fucking wear on the tape. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but I haven't because I haven't been offered enough money for that, because I do charge more for fetish videos than I would for normal custom videos, you know. But all girls price their things differently, so you can choose your own prices on how much you sell stuff for. But because I do fetishes, you can charge a certain amount more for the fetish, because obviously not every girl is going to do them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And would you get like
what other weird?
Oh, sorry.
Go on.
I'm trying to just think. I know I've got loads of. Oh yeah, well, I mean, the erotic novel one I got. You know, I told you about that before he came on. I mean, that's just a guy wrote a novel, and he wanted me to read him a chapter out of it. And I did, and that was I didn't read it to him yet, actually. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even read it to him yet. I just read the chapter. It was pretty long. It was a good story. It wasn't a bad story. It was about a son and a mother, as you can guess. It was along the lines of it. If you don't think about it as being disturbing, you just think about it for what it is, it's okay. Oh, I got $100 for just reading the fucking thing. I mean, I just read it.
And you didn't even read it to him?
No, but I will have to. I mean, you don't just get $100 for nothing, you know. Well, you know what I mean? That has to come, I think. Or should I say, he shall come while I read it to him. I'm not sure, but like that's I have to sort that out. I've work to do after this, basically, in my pajamas. But yeah, weird stuff like that, man. It's just, and then if I have slaves, like sign up to my page. Genuinely, if they want to be like submissive to me, you know, I have to be referred to as goddess, you know, so like
Okay.
Sinead or whatever they used to call me is gone. Yeah, I'm only goddess or master now. And then I won't tell you what my tasks are because they have to pay to hear
Of
them. But I
course.
do
Yeah.
give them certain tasks to do, and they have to send me video and picture evidence of this type of thing. Like I've had guys that have eaten out of dog bowls and stuff like that.
Stop.
They,
You have not.
I know you're laughing, okay, but like I'm counting cereal out of bowls and things like that. You know,
Really?
one by one. Yeah, because you feel, you know, at the beginning, like, well, no, I never felt bad giving them these tasks actually because you know, just I enjoy bossing people around.
Mhm.
But you know, people might think, oh my god, you're making them drink out of a dog bowl, like that's like they're paying you to basically make them drink out of a dog bowl or whatever, right? But like you don't understand, these are fetishes these guys have. So basically, like they're literally getting a sexual high from me making them, telling them to pay me money and then send me a video of them drinking out of a dog bowl. You know what I'm saying? This to them is their, I don't know, whatever, just watching a bit of normal gay porn to use would be. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? This is like their highlight. So basically, I'm offering a service and I'm helping these people. It's
I
like how I
100%
like
do
to
that.
I
think of
fucking
it.
sign up to OnlyFans and make people drink out of dog
Honestly,
bowls.
100%. That just sounds amazing. I would love to do that.
It's fun, right? It
Yeah.
is fun.
Yeah.
But if you're having a bad day, it can get tiring as well. You know, slaves are very needy, and they move around quite a lot. Like you might think you've a really good one, and then they'll fuck off to another page, and you're thinking, you bastard, you've no loyalty. You know what I mean? You no loyalty. You've just gone to some other bitch now.
Keep
So
money.
like yeah, exactly it. So you know, like submissives for things like that that are mad into those type of fetishes. In my experience, they come and go. I don't see a lot of girls say they're dominatrixes on OnlyFans as well when they're not actually really dominatrixes. As in, like I have the ball gags, the whips, that everything you need. You know, I had to invest in all this stuff. I had to invest in all the clothes for it. You have to put money into OnlyFans as well. You know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you have to put in some to earn some, you know?
That's exactly it. Like I've somebody running my Twitter and things like that for me, you know, to save me doing it. So yeah, you have to put some of your earnings back into making you earn more.
Yeah. And would you find like obviously social media would be your best way to promote your OnlyFans account and stuff?
It's the only way to promote because OnlyFans don't promote you.
They don't promote you at all,
So
no?
no, they don't promote you at all. And they also take 20% of your earnings, don't forget. So every dollar I make, they're taking 20% off that on me,
Yeah.
you know? So you're looking at your like gross pay and you're like, wow. And then you're like, oh, they've taken 20% of it.
Yeah.
Shit. You know what I mean? So guys don't realize like when they're buying a $3 video from you and they're fucking moaning about it, you're like, by the time that's put into euros and they take their 20%, you've basically seen my vag for like €1.50 or something. So fuck off. You know what I mean? Like you want like Irish guys and English guys, like they literally go mad if like they can't buy their chicken fillet roll in the morning and they're like sub to your OnlyFans. Like they're getting so much. Like if you sub to my OnlyFans, it's like $5 at the moment. It's like 370 pictures and video clips you're getting on that for free. Or not for free, but as soon as you sign.
Yeah.
And there's still guys that would be like, what, I'm too cheap now. I'm too cheap to spend that. Oh, I'm not getting paid until Friday. Can I get a free picture now? No, because if you haven't even got $5 and like whatever that is in euro, I feel bad for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
geez,
don't
that's
join my
nothing.
page then. Like, come on. Or so, I'm not getting paid till tomorrow. I'm like, oh my god, have you literally not got like three euro? Like, because that, you know, go away and stop begging me. Don't come on to my OnlyFans. If you haven't got money, I don't want you to even join my OnlyFans because
Yeah, what's the point
it's
then?
pointless. You know what I mean?
Okay, so we're gonna hop into 3 questions for you there, Sinead. So this one I'm not sure if they want to keep it anonymous or not, but they say, I'm interested in looking to get into the industry, but I don't know how to start an OnlyFans. How do I go about it doing it anonymously?
I wouldn't bother, in my opinion, even trying if you're gonna try to hide it, because one, you need to advertise everywhere you can. And I'm talking everywhere. I'm talking you need to get 7 or 8 ads out on your Instagram every day. You need to build up your Instagram platforms, which is probably going to be threatened to be deleted 9 million times, like Maya did and other girls. You know, your Snapchat.
Yeah.
you know, I do it on my Facebook. I do really well off that. But you know, that what's she gonna she hide your face? People want to see your face. The whole point about OnlyFans, which I don't think people get, is they can get porn for free. They want OnlyFans because they want to see who they're connecting with. They want to feel
Yeah.
like they're building up some type of relationship with you. It's not just porn that you're going on to someone you don't know looking at their stuff. Like a lot of my fans are from Malahide, are from Swords, know me from the gym, right? Things like that. Like, just people want to see who they're signed up to. Like, if people aren't just interested in a body, there's too much competition. There's like, what, billion creators on this bloody thing, like, and she's gonna hide her
Really?
face.
Oh, I
It's
didn't
not
realize
worth
that.
it. It's not
Yeah.
worth it. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's 6 million creators on it, and I just don't. And her family are gonna find out and everything. So, just in my
Yeah, they don't
personal
want that.
opinion,
Like at least like
I wouldn't bother. I don't think it's gonna work for somebody if you even start off with that attitude of, I'm not sure if I want to do it. How can I do it? And nobody find out. Don't do it.
yeah,
Because you will, everybody
because it is
will
like
find
a
out.
career.
You need to make a proper career out of it. There's no point in half-hearting it. Once your pictures are out there, they're out there forever. And it will stop you getting jobs in the future. It shouldn't, but it will. So if you're unsure, you're not sure, you're a bit toe in the water, don't do it. You know what I mean? You need to be, I don't care, I'm going to advertise, and I'm not going to hide my face. I just don't even know. Other girls are just, from what I can see and from the girls I know that cover their face, you're never really going to do very well covering your face. It's called OnlyFans because they're fans of yours. They want to get to know you. That's why you advertise so much on your Instagram and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's my opinion on it. Don't do it. But
Okay, so the second question comes from Fox_XZY. What do your children think about you doing OnlyFans? Do they feel embarrassed by you? No hate intended at this question.
my kids, no, they weren't even surprised when I told them. They were kind of saying to me for weeks. I always joked and said, "Oh, I'm going to start up an OnlyFans," you know. So literally, when I said I'm starting an OnlyFans, or should I say when I said I've started an OnlyFans, I put up a profile last night and all. Like no one bit shock, surprise, nothing. Like they just knew. I don't know why my family and all are so shocked by it, because like it's not a surprise for anyone that really knows me that I'm doing this. Do you know what I mean? It's like. I mean, were you surprised when I told you I was doing it, Jamie?
No.
You weren't that surprised, right? You're like, oh, that's cool, right? Yeah, because you know me, right? So people that know me are like, well, obviously she's going to do OnlyFans. She's mad as a hatter. She loves all that stuff, you know? So no, my kids are really supportive. I mean, my son, like, you know, messes, you know. My son calls it Only Whores, not OnlyFans. He's like, you and your Only Whores, you know, laughing about it. He's like, are you going into, because like the other night, you know, it was like really late, but I got like a custom or a video call. I do really well on video calls, but I also do them off OnlyFans. So like if somebody's not subscribed to my OnlyFans, because a lot of older guys don't even know how to use OnlyFans and stuff. Like I'm talking older guys that are married and they haven't got a clue and they don't want to join it. They just want to do a video call with me on a Friday night for a treat or a Saturday night or whatever they want to do. Yeah. So if I've offered enough money, and it's like sometimes like it was like 12 o'clock one Friday night, but I was getting like, you know, 65 for like 4-minute, 5-minute phone calls. So I was
Jesus,
like,
that's not bad at all.
I look like a dog. No, he had one exactly. He had one the next night as well. He's a regular for the phone calls, but he for 65 is what he'll pay for a few minutes, and they never last the full amount of time they get it for. If you know what I mean, they might pay for a certain amount of minutes, but the phone call finishes before then. I'm good at my job, okay. But so I'm going upstairs, and Rico's like, for fuck's sake, are you doing an Only Whores phone call now? It's like 12 o'clock at fucking night, jeez. And I'm like, Rico, do you want a fucking Chinese tomorrow? Shut your fucking mouth. This dude's paying for it, you know what I mean? And we laugh, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I know. I mean, Rico, because he's like, you know, 13. I mean, I'm sure he'd prefer me to have another job, any other job, you know. His mom doing porn is like obviously embarrassing for him, you know. But no, our family are very open like that. Like, no, my ex-husband is very supportive of it. I mean, my own family aren't, but my kids and my ex-husband are totally for it. Yeah. So I'm very lucky.
Yeah, it's great. Like it's really nice. Like when you go around stuff, like they're all just like, you're like really open about it and stuff, which I think is good. because like
Oh,
you're not
you
like
see them all laughing. Yeah, Riley sets up my ring light for me when I need to take
oh,
pictures.
that's kind
But
of
look
cute.
at which light makes me look less wrinkly. It is. Jade's taken some of my pictures before. Jade comes up with no, not pervy nude ones, but ones of me attempting to twerk and stuff like that. Boomerangs Jade will make for me. You know, it's kind of like, and sometimes I go into Jade, like I look like a fucking dog. Where I'm wearing one of my get up gears, right? You know, and I've got like purple legs and the fucking state of me, and then makeup on, right? And Jade's like, Mom. And I'm like, okay, give me 5 minutes, I'll be transformed. And I tell you, dude, I get into my pose, I slap on a bit of makeup, and I come out and I show her the picture, and I'm like, there you go. And she's like, how is that the same person? You were sitting on the couch 5 minutes ago
Yeah.
with greasy hair and your pajamas, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, they don't mind it at all. Totally normal.
Yeah, and I think like as well because you've told them like no one can hold it over them. So like if someone tries to be like, your mom does OnlyFans, they'd be like, yeah, and what?
No, not at all. Sure, my daughter, I'm very mean to them sometimes. Like they're sitting there and I'm like, Charlie, what do you think of this? And I'll just turn around to her. She's like, Mom, I don't want to see your dick ratings. I'm not doing them. And I do jokes on her all the time, you know. It's funny. Like, no, we're too loose lipped in this family. Nothing's secret and nothing's hidden, so it's funny, you know.
Yeah, that's
I'll
great.
tell them I'm making custom video. They have to shut their mouth for like a few minutes and going in to record. I don't want to hear Mom in the background. I'm doing a video call, you know. Shut your mouth. Don't say, Mom, can I have a drink? Just fuck off for 5 minutes. It's very unsexy for your kid to call you, and it looks a bit pervy, quite frankly. So just keep the fuck away from me for a few minutes. But it works. That's what I have to do. I live in a busy house with 4 kids, 12 pets. You know, Jade's doing her podcast. I'm doing my OnlyFans, and they have to just be quiet sometimes. That's the way it works, you know?
Yeah, this isn't really a question. It comes from About a Book podcast. I'm sure you're aware who that is.
Oh, yes.
But,
yeah, right.
She asked me to ask you about the vibrating package story, and I'm intrigued what that is.
Oh yeah, oh my God. See, there's so many stories they leave my head. So one day I'm out, right? And Jade is like ringing me, and I'm like, I'm terrible. I never answer my phone, right? I answered. I'm like, what the fuck do you want? She's like, Mom, listen to this. there's this vibrating like zzz. She's like, Mom, I'm so embarrassed. The postman delivered this. The letter was vibrating as he fucking handed it to me, and I can't get it to stop. I cannot turn it off. And you could hear it. It was my friend Ross had ordered me a vibrator off fucking Wish or one of those mad sites for my birthday, and it came like 5 months fucking later, you know what I mean? And the fucking thing couldn't switch off. Oh, the guy's always delivering stuff to my door, like all big packages and everything. I always am convinced they know what they're delivering, you know, but they can't. But I'm sure the postman knew about the fucking vibrating package. Yeah.
I would have fully died on the spot. I would have been like, you can take it home. I don't want it.
Oh, there's worse things they're lying all over the house. Jade just be kicking my stuff behind the toilet and everything. I have them lying like in the bathroom just in case I'm in the bath and I want to do a quick impromptu video. I'll have one close to hand. So they're kind of just everywhere around the house. It's really normal. Really normal. It's so normalized in this house. It's like nothing, you know?
I remember I went up to your bathroom like a while ago and I was like, oh, there's some props.
Oh, yeah, I have a bit. They just sit in a big box in my room, and then I might have some lube lying around and various things in my makeup case. Honestly, they did say nothing. It's just, but why should they? Why would they? It's normal. It's a job. I literally don't. It's nothing. Like when people are like, "Is it suitable for kids?" Like, listen, it's nothing. It's the more abnormal you make it, the more look. I mean, is Jade going around like a raving slut? Not at all. Or any what even is right? What do even people say? Like it's so nothing. It's just my kids are so normal, so open, so normal about their sexuality, everything. Like it's just totally healthy. I think any other family way is unhealthy. The OnlyFans girls have come to stay here, a few of them, a few times because I do collabs with them, and then obviously for photo shoots and stuff if they live like down the country, and they've come up and stayed here, and you know they're the same age as Jade, so I feel bad for Jade. She's got girls staying here doing collabs with her mother, who are the same age as her, right? Must be fucking weird for her, right? She's like, "Hi, you were having sex with my mom last night, but do you want a coffee?" You know, it's weird. But Jade's very good about it. And the other the kids are like sitting there chatting away to them and everything like that. And all the girls say to me, "Oh my God, I fucking wish you were my mom. You
I
know,
wish you
I
were my
love
mum,
this
Sinead,
family." Now, you see, when you say things like that, I'm like, Jamie, I'm too young to be your mom. I'm your friend.
That's true. You are my friend. We're best buds, honestly.
No, I know, but like, no, I know they do say to me they wish, you know, and I say to my kids all the time, see, you're so lucky to have me as a mom. But like, obviously they don't think that because you never appreciate your mom, you know?
Yeah. I think it's great
But
that you're like, you introduced it to them, because then when they grow up, it's not like a taboo thing that like sex is like such a huge deal. It's just sex.
it's just sex, man. I'm like, do you think I have no interest in I used to have sex all the time before I did OnlyFans. Like every chance I got, you know what I mean, with someone nice and everything, like mad about handsome young men, you know. But like now I cannot be bothered unless I'm filming it or I'm being like, you know, paid for doing a collab or a photo shoot or a video. I'm like, listen, not interested.
Yeah.
I have enough sex going on in my life. I'm sick of impaling myself with objects all day. Or impaling women with objects. I'm like done. I'm asexual now. I'm so unhorny. Like I'm just literally, you know, having to. I don't think people realize how mentally draining it is if you're having a bad day and you're just not in the foot. Say you have your period and you feel fat and shit and you're not in the mood. Or even if you don't have your period, you're due your period, you just feel like shit. And you have to like sit there, you know, playing with yourself, telling guys how big their dick is or how the custom videos you make. You know, say, for instance, my name is Jack. I am 23. Can you make me a custom video where you are telling me that my dick is really big and you want to fuck me or some shit, right?
Mhm.
That's just a standard one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be in the fucking mood to sit there, man, and do my little setup. And I know people are like, you're only fingering yourself for 3 minutes. What's the big deal? Like, man, you have to be in the whole headspace.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a good actress. I'm not just going to be doing it. I have to put my whole body and soul into it and be like, you know, exaggerated. And, you know, it's not an easy job to do when you're not on form for it. Not everybody feels sexy every day.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're talking to
And
us here.
you have to pretend to feel sexy every day, even though I don't. And I just thank the Lord I don't have a boyfriend, because if I had to have sex with my boyfriend for free at night time for no payments or nothing, or like, I wouldn't be bothered. I just would not have the time and energy for a man other than my fans and OnlyFans at the moment. I don't know. So they get everything from me. I don't have time for a normal guy, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that's going to be a wrap. We're running up to time. But we would just want to say a huge thank you to you, Sinead, for coming on and sharing everything. It was very insightful and very funny. We really enjoyed it.
Good. I hope people learned a few different things about it, because I think that people just don't understand enough about it, and that's why they talk about it or get, you know, confused about it. And it's pretty normal. It's not a normal career, but you know, it's not maybe as bad as what some people think it is.
Oh no,
you know,
for sure.
We're all just normal girls and guys doing a normal fucking job. We're not sex manias. I don't want to go around shoving, you know, bottles into me all day or various like kitchen objects. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just a normal mom. I just do this. This is just a job.
Yeah, everyone has sex
that I enjoy, but it's just a job. Yeah. You know, so thank you for letting me talk about
of course.
it.
Do you want to tell people where they can find you?
Oh, yes. Well, if you are into, you know, OnlyFans, I'm at SincitySinead, and the links are all in my Instagram.
We'll link it as well.
I'm sure you will, but yeah, you'll link my Instagrams in. I'm also starting up a new fitness Instagram because my old one completely got deleted. So I'm starting to do a fitness page again. So not only do I have OnlyFans, but I have a normal page as well for people that just don't want to see all the sexy stuff.
Yeah, perfect. We'll link that as well. I think that's what is it? Motivational MILF, isn't it?
Motivational MILF. Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, thank you so much, dude. I really enjoyed it.
No, it was.
Thank you, Gareth. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks so much. We'll do it again.
We'll do it again, and I'll see you soon. And Gareth's gonna come up to the house with you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sinead. We'll talk soon.
I'm dying to hear it.
Talk to you later, Sinead.
I'm dying to hear it. All right, bye.
All right, well, I think that's enough for this week's episode.
Oh yeah.
Next week, what are we talking? We're talking about Gen Z.
Gen Z. Oh yeah. We're Gen Z. I don't think you are. You're like
We
40.
talked about this last week. I don't even know. I tried to look into it. I don't know if I'm millennial. I don't know if I'm Gen Z. I would like to class myself as a millennial because I don't really want to be a Gen Z.
No, millennials are the one above. No, Gen Z are the younger ones. Gen Z are like all the TikTok people now.
Yeah,
I'm Gen Z.
Millennial is
The older version.
the older version. Millennials like because like 97 is like the cusp, or it's like
You love that word. You used that the last
I
podcast
love
as well.
that. I think it's such a sexy word, like on the cuff.
On the cusp.
I'm on the cuff.
Okay, Mildred is out.
Yeah. No, but I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna be talking about Gen Z next week, and like basically, are we too sensitive as a generation, I guess. We've a lot to say about that, so be sure to tune into that. And yeah, this is this week's episode. Be sure to follow us on Too Drunk to Be Sober. And also this goes up on YouTube as well, so I was gonna say, if you don't have Spotify, how you listen to this then? It's on YouTube as well, so our YouTube as well is Too Drunk to Be Sober, and our Instagram handles, mine is Jamie Dodge and his is
The Gar Print.
yeah, so be sure to follow us on there. And yeah,
Also, we're trying to get it up on Apple Music. We are trying our best.
we're trying our so hard.
We were on a call the other week ago, not the other week, last week,
Yeah.
trying to get this up on Apple Music, but I don't know what Apple is just so fucking picky
It's
with
so difficult.
everything. So if anybody has a podcast up on Apple Music that listens to this, please.
Oh,
just
about a
fucking-
book does, I can ask her.
Does she?
Yeah, I'll ask her.
Oh, I need to ask her.
Yeah,
Need-
I might be. Believe it.
You better believe it. Ask her.
I will ask her. I have to have a chat with Jade and ask her.
Ask her.
But yeah, I'll look that up. But yeah, thanks so much for listening to this week's podcast. We love you all so much, and more exciting things to come. Wank wank. We can just leave it there. Leave it there.